Happy to be joined by UFC lightweight Thiago Moises, who's going to be back in action. First card of the year, starting 2025 off on a good note. He'll be taking on Trey Ogden. Thiago, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing awesome. Not going to be fighting. Obviously, I'd get arrested, but you do it for a living. And look like you got plenty of notice. Like, I feel like I heard about this fight like a month or two ago. When did you find out about the fight?
Yeah, like 2 months ago, like 3 months
Nice.
total. Yeah, for training for this fight. So,
Do you like? I mean, obviously. Well, I was going to say I'm sure you like the notice, but it's also like in between the holidays too. Does that matter to you? Do you kind of wish you had a fight sooner, or what was sort of your take on getting this fight?
so this fight was supposed to happen in November, but for some reason Trey couldn't make it in November. I asked for another opponent in November, but like UFC decided my manager tried to make this fight in December. And this ended up like happening in January, so that's all good. I'm happy with the fight. I'm happy that I have a fight. So the only thing that like sucks a little bit is gonna be like Thanksgiving. I couldn't eat too much. Christmas and New Year. Also, I'm gonna be like on a diet, but that's all good. I'm gonna be able to celebrate after.
Yeah, just postpone it. Have it after the fight and
yeah.
stuff. And there's a lot to unpack there. So if I had to guess, and I'm going to be talking to Trey on Wednesday, I'm guessing the reason he didn't want to fight then is because he obviously coaches at Marathon MMA. I believe Miles Johns was supposed to fight then, and you know what happened with Miles? He had the fights rebooked with Cody Garbrandt, and then the Garbrandt fight didn't even end up happening. So if I had to guess, I'm guessing that's why Trey didn't want to take the fight then, because he likes to not have a camp while the fight's going on, which sucks for you because you have nothing to do with that, right? But it's I'm sure you wanted to fight a bit sooner than that. Did you try and get a fight before this as well? Because like I think your last fight was in June. Did you? I'm imagining you didn't want to fight, in January. I'm sure you didn't imagine you'd fight that long.
No, like I wanted to fight November. November would be good. November or December. Then I would have time, to enjoy the holidays. But it's all good,
Yeah.
January is good. I'm happy.
And then obviously coming off a tough opponent, a tough loss there to Ludwig Klein. What did you take away the most from that performance you're bringing into this fight?
Just keep getting better. I have nothing to say. He's a great fighter. He was able to defend takedowns, landed good shots on the feet. He was the better man that night. And but I think I can beat him. I have all the skills, but as I said, I just need to keep getting better. That's it.
No, it's a good attitude to have. Now, was this a fairly easy negotiation? Because you and Trey have the same manager. I imagine it's just like you're playing like telephone tag a little bit, right? Like it's not like you're dealing with someone who has a completely different manager. Was that fairly easy to get this fight put together?
Yes, my manager told me, hey, I have a fight for you. I said, who? Oh, Trey. I said, okay, let's go. I never said no to any fight. Like now, wouldn't be any different,
Yeah. And then you told me you're in Florida right now. So how long have you been an American Top Team?
Yes. Could you repeat, please?
Oh, I was just saying, like, so you mentioned to me, obviously, since we last talked, I know you moved back to Brazil, but you mentioned to me right now that you're in Florida. I'm assuming you've been there for a bit training at American Top Team. How long has it been that you've been in Florida, since you came back from Brazil?
I'm here since my last fight at the 18th.
Oh, really? Oh, so you haven't gone home since June?
No.
Oh, interesting. Well, hopefully your wife's come out, or is she still in Brazil?
No, she's here with me. Yeah, she's here with me.
Oh, good. I was going to say that's a long time. I can't imagine. That'd be super tough. Yeah, so that's good because I know, doesn't she cook for you too, right? A little bit.
A little bit, yeah. She would kick my ass, if I were here, then she was.
When we don't want that to happen, we want, we don't want any of that to happen. But let's talk about Trey though, a veteran. You guys actually both have 18 wins, which is interesting. How you feel like stylistically you match up against him here?
I think, like everyone says this, like, oh, I think I'm better than this guy everywhere, but I really think like I'm better than him, like everywhere. But I respect him. I think he has good qualities, and he has like good strengths that I need to respect. I hope he doesn't make this a boring fight, because he likes to run away. Then you lose patience. He shoots, you know, stall on the ground. So Trey, if you are watching this, let's make an exciting fight for the fans, you know.
Yeah, I'll
And
pass the message along to him on Wednesday. I'm talking to him on Wednesday, so maybe I'll mention that. But I'll mention it was in a polite way. You're not saying it like disrespectfully. So
no,
there you go.
that's okay. Yeah, but he's a really good fighter, you know. Like he's very smart fighter. He likes to stay on the outside, like touch. Then you overcommit. He likes to shoot. He has a good grappling game, you know. Guys at Glory MMA, he used to train at Glory, you know. They are very good at grappling. So yeah, I respect him a lot. I think it's gonna be a good fight, and yeah, I will try to knock him out like for the 15 minutes, for the whole 15 minutes, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, now I'm glad you brought up Glory MMA because that was going to be one of my questions here. One of your good friends and training partners is Grant Dawson, and Grant spent years training at Glory with Trey. Is Grant involved in this camp? Like, is he far enough removed where it's not like a thing, or has Grant said like, "Hey, I don't want a part of this"? Because I know him and Trey used to train together for a long time.
You know, me and Grant, we are like very good friends. You know, I always help him for his fights. He helps me for my fights. You know, we always train. We train together every day. You know, so now wouldn't be any different. You know,
Okay.
we are training together, and
Okay.
it is what it is. You know, we are both at American Top Team right now. So
Yeah, I was going to say it's probably been long enough that he's been away from that gym, and obviously Trey isn't there either. He's at Marathon MMA, so it's a bit different. But I was just wondering, like, I didn't know if Grant and Trey were like. I guess I'll ask Trey in this when I interview him later this week. But because I know Grant trained there for a long time with Trey, so of anyone to know Trey Ogden, it would be Grant Dawson because he's been at the obviously training with him for many years. So
yeah, Grant is like we train together every day. You know, like since he got here at ATT. But we are training together for this fight. You know, of course, Grant is a great grappler, great wrestler, very good BJJ game also, and but I don't like also like asking like, oh, what this guy do, you know, like because
right, okay, yeah, you want to focus more on your skill set, right? So,
yeah, and I don't think that's like very like
professional.
Yeah, like if they friends, you know, I don't want to like be on like this, you know, oh, what this guy game plan, like what this guy used to do, you know, like
yeah. Fair enough. And it also helps too that Grant's fighting Diego Ferreira, so like he gets to train with a Brazilian every day to get in the mode of fighting a Brazilian, right? So there you go. That's kind of cool.
And I am a good look also for Diego, you know.
Yeah, no, it's true. No, absolutely, I completely agree with that. Who else are you working with at American Top Team? I know it's a big gym, but is there anyone else you're working with a lot more than others?
Nathan Schultz.
Oh, nice.
I work with him a lot. Grant also. Dakota also Bush, who also
Dakota Bush, yeah, of course. Yeah. When's he getting signed to the UFC? He's been doing quite well the last couple of fights, right?
Like I hope he gets signed to the UFC. He's very good, you know. Like he got so much better since he got to ATT. I think he would do very good in the UFC right now. And I train also with Moicano. Also,
Money Moicano, of course, yeah.
Moicano.
There you go. It's good. He's killing it. Your corner, will Grant be in the cage with you? Who's going to be in your corner for this one? Because I was going to say Grant's fighting the week after, so probably not, right?
Yeah. He's not going to be able to go, you know. So I think he's going to no, for sure it's going to be Marcos Parrumpa, and Anderson França.
There we go. And you said knockout. How do you see the fight playing out January 11th?
I'm gonna look for the KO.
Okay, there we go. I would imagine. Yeah, gonna be a good fight. Wanted to ask you about a couple other fights, like I always do.
Yeah, KO or submission. Like I'm gonna look for the finish for the whole time. I look to take him down also. You know, hurt him on the feet to like mix it up. You know, do everything.
I think we're in for a good fight here. Like I said, got to ask you about a couple other fights. We got Islam Makhachev, Arman Tsarukyan. They're fighting. I know Arman trains a bit at ATT, but curious you fought Islam as well. So how do you think that fight plays out in the main event of UFC 311?
I think I think that's gonna be a very interesting fight. Arman gave him a very tough fight when they fought first, and Arman was like his first fight in the UFC, and it was short notice. I think with a full camp and he's more experienced now, I see him like 55-45 Arman, you know.
Okay, going
Because
for the upset.
and also I think Arman has better conditioning also. So 5 rounds is gonna benefit him a lot.
What about the co-main event? Merab Dvalishvili, Umar Nurmagomedov, who's winning the bantamweight title?
I think Merab is gonna win.
Okay. What about Jamal Hill and Yuri Prohaska?
I think Prohaska.
What about Dricus du Plessis and Sean Strickland? They're having their rematch.
Shane Strickland.
Okay. And last one, Weili Zhang and Tatiana Suarez, who's winning the strawweight title?
This one's tough. I go with Willing Zhang.
Okay, fair pick. You got a couple more fights left in your contract. I know I always ask you that every time, but I always like getting the update because I think you got a new contract recently. Did you not?
Yes, I got a new contract. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So that was a couple fights ago, or how recently did you get that new contract?
Just I got a new contract now for this fight.
Oh, on this? Oh, you did. Oh, there we go. Okay, well that's good. How many is that now for you? Because you've been in the UFC for a couple of years now. Four. Wow. Yeah. Okay, cool. I remember when we did our interview after you won on Contender Series and you got in the UFC. That was ages ago. So we're both getting old, I guess.
How many years ago was this? Was
when let me check right now. It's probably no. I think it's before 2018. When did you win your Contender Series fight? I'm gonna go look it up right now.
2018.
Oh, it's 2018 then. Yeah.
Yeah, 2018.
It's crazy. Well, that's cool. I mean, that's got to feel good though because you've had, you've had a like I said, there's some fighters that don't even get like one contract with UFC.
Yeah.
Usually they kind of cut the leash short. Do you think that's also because they enjoy watching you fight? Like you always put on good performances.
Yeah, I think I try to be exciting, for the fans. I try to always get better, and I think I almost also like a good fighter for the company because I fight whoever and anywhere, so anytime. So that's a good thing also. The one thing that I didn't know about, they have a pull-out list, in the UFC.
Oh, did they do really?
In their board, I think so. That's what I heard.
Really?
And
okay.
Some of the employee told me that's a good thing. Your name is never on that list, so.
Okay, that's good. So yeah, they're keeping tabs, obviously, and I'm sure those pull-out fighters have to either wait a bit or they're on a shorter leash, right?
I'm sure they give them matchmakers a lot of headache, because they're gonna fight another fighter, maybe hire somebody new, so.
Yeah, good point. Well, that's good. You're on a good list. What are you doing for the holidays? Because like I said, you got the fight coming up. Do you and the wife get to enjoy anything, or are you going to just wait until after the fight?
Probably we're gonna celebrate, because we are Christians also, so we're gonna celebrate, have a good meal for me with not so much calories.
Right.
But I think the most important thing is us being together.
Oh, absolutely. That's the best time of the year. And I don't know, is Grant going to be staying around for the holidays? I guess he has to because he's got the fight, right?
Yes. He's gonna stay here for the holidays. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
he has a fight like 3
Yeah, it's a
weeks
week after you. Yeah, I was going to say it's a couple weeks after yours or whatever. So that's good. What about looking to next year? Again, I know you got the fight coming up, but do you have any goals for next year? I'm sure you want to get back in the rankings. Is there any things you want to accomplish for next year as we're coming up to the end of this year?
Yes. Next year I wanna do 3-4 fights in 2020. I want to stay active. And get back in the rankings, be in the top 15. I wanna fight against tough opponents. I wanna fight against the best, be in the rankings, climbing the rankings. I wanna do group grappling matches also. Yeah, and test myself, get better.
Yeah,
that's
iron sharpen iron.
That's my goal for next year.
Great. And then also
win a couple bonuses also.
Yeah, that helps too. Certainly having some more. And then just one thing I wanted to circle back on. So you mentioned being in Florida at American Top Team, but you live in Brazil. Is the plan still to do all your camps at American Top Team, or I guess it depends where the fight is, right? Because this fight's in the U.S. It would make sense training in Florida. If you have to fight internationally, would you train back home in Brazil?
No, I haven't been living here in the U.S. since I'm.
Well, no, I remember that, but I thought you moved back, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I have to. I did some of personal things, Then,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I
Okay.
stayed I spent some time in Brazil, but right now I'm back here in Florida, and I wanna spend like after fights, I wanna spend time in Brazil with my family, and that's
Okay.
my plan,
So if I was to ask you where you live right now, would you say the U.S. or Brazil?
Yes, U.S.
Okay, okay, yeah. Because I know last time we spoke, I remember you were in Brazil.
Yes.
So yeah, I guess you just had to go there, like you said, deal with some stuff, and then come back.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. I was gonna say you probably had separation anxiety from Grant too, right? You guys are like, Batman and Superman. So
Yeah, I missed him a lot, I missed him a lot.
and you guys have both leveled up too. Like it's been great to see. I think it's been good for both of you, both in the same division, both having a lot of success. So that's great. Thiago, thanks so much for doing this. We're looking forward to the fight. It is UFC Fight Night, January 11th. If there's anyone you'd like to thank, any sponsors, any social media you want to mention, I'll give you the last word.
I just want to thank you you for this time. Thank you, my fans, my family, American Top Team, all my coaches, training partners, and tell Trey for us to make an exciting fight.
I will. That'll be the first question. So there we go. That's good. All right, man.